like codependency.
As far as what? Parents, spouses, kids?
Just in your partnerships.
No, we can go into all those. To be honest,
Yeah.
we can go into all aspects. Don't got to just be partners.
I'm very anti codependency as a label.
What you mean? As an establishment?
In a motherfucking crew.
As a crew. And if you down with codependency, then fuck you too.
Thanks for tuning in. Matter of fact, thanks for your patronage. Wildly inappropriate. See how I brutally honest it? Like, wow, that boy, wow. Don't you see them boys so crazy? Chilling with the homies, dog, Keon, Gary, and KB.
Wives, fuck you too.
Fuck you too.
Kids, fuck you too.
I think
I'll repeat Chino XL. Actually.
I think Chino XL, right?
Yeah.
I think being 40 is kind of, it feels like, because at any moment you could be, somebody could just be like, nigga, aren't you like 40? It sounds like when Pac was saying like, nigga, don't one of you niggas got sickle cell or something? Nigga, ain't you like 40 or something?
I feel like ain't you like 40 though only hits if you're being an idiot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because you're too old to be doing this.
I think it applies to anything.
I think it only applies to failures. You know what I mean? Like, let's say you arguing with a kid, and the kid was like, ain't you like 40? Because you ain't not supposed to be arguing with no kid.
Yeah.
Or like, you still trying to do you ain't making no money. Ain't you like 40? You know what I mean? Like,
dude,
it only applies to negative shit that you should technically already have out the way by 40.
But even if you like on the court in an open gym and you running, like,
if I suck,
and you like, and you I don't know.
Because if I'm killing, and I'm like, nigga, I'm 40 now.
Yeah.
Now you look bad.
You think that?
Oh, absolutely.
But what if you're trying too hard though? It's like, nigga,
if you hurt yourself, ain't you like 40? Sit down, stop. Yeah, absolutely.
I saw a video of this nigga that was like around our age, and the nigga went up to dunk, and his whole fucking Achilles exploded. And it's just like, nigga,
too old for that,
and
bro.
it's like, bro, you don't gotta dunk it. You have nothing to prove.
Nothing.
Nigga, ain't you like 40? You ain't got nothing to prove.
But I think that's what's crazy is most.
You gotta throw the or something. Ain't you like 40 or something? Come on,
The
man.
crazy thing about you ain't got nothing to prove though, Keenan, is a lot of dudes, especially men, ego-wise, they still do because they didn't do the things they say they were going to do in life.
Yeah.
So it's like, look how many dudes still talk about their high school glory days and stuff like. It's like that's where I peaked, nigga. So like, but I'm trying to relive, just capture some kind of moment again and make me feel good.
Let's dive into that real quick. I know you're gonna go into the other topic, but let's dive into that. Do you feel like most men peaked in high school?
I think most people, but especially men.
Shit.
Because what do you do after you go to school or whatever, or get a job, and then wife and kids?
Do you feel like it's downhill for most dudes? People, but most men especially.
I think as far as how people felt about themselves, yes.
Damn.
I don't think life... I don't think life gets worse.
How I feel about this setup.
I mean, ain't you like 40, nigga? You ain't get this shit together, man? Come on, bro.
I think it's like 40. You can't get a proper podcast setup.
The cool part is that light don't even matter though. The one in the corner. That's how it go through.
It matters less,
But yeah, I think, dude, you gotta think about how much fun you were having then. How much freedom, no bills, no stress of that, no blah blah, and then
because
life just starts kicking your ass.
It's contained, and the comparisons are like more unilateral. Like, oh, we're all doing the same thing.
Right.
So who's all doing the same thing? Who's doing it better?
Right.
Whereas, once you enter the world, you can be doing all types of shit. So the metric is a little difficult to gauge.
Because I look at myself and I started to look back at that. I was like, all right, I was like, all right, how dope was I as a person in high school? How funny I was? How many girls did I get? I was like, I did pretty well in high school. Then I was like, when I got to college, I did really well in college. And then that's when I started stand-up. So I feel like my funny started to get better anyways. And then I feel like even when it comes to like money and just how I feel about my confidence, everything feels better now that I'm getting older, to be honest with you. Now that I'm getting closer to 40.
That's because you're still continuing to climb now.
You're going to talk about all these moments in his life, all these turning points in his life.
But here we go.
And he ain't gonna say nothing about losing his hair.
Oh.
He's just like, it's just been up.
Well, yeah,
I just been winning.
I honestly thought you were gonna say it, but he's still using tissue.
I was gonna say, I'm not waiting for it too. But I'll be honest with you. I mean, the hair thing, like I said, that took a toll on me because like that was a big part of my life and a big part of why at least why girls said they were attracted to me. So yeah, I mean that affected me. But like now that I was still getting chicks after going bald, I mean it was an internal issue at that point.
What was the adjustment period?
It was more. I think it was more confidence, to be honest with you. I think it was more of my confidence. So it was like in high school, I would say like to use like peaking in high school still. In high school, I honestly from elementary to high school, I literally did very little work to get girls. Like they came to me, and it wasn't like I was this super fine nigga, but I just had features of a nigga that they liked. So like I rarely ever hollered at girls. I didn't go that hard, and then I felt like when I went bald, I do feel like I had to step it up a little bit. I had to holler a little more, put more effort in. I feel like the girls that I probably would have got if I would have had my hair still, they probably were like, nigga bald. And so I might have lost some here and there, but like it was probably more.
But how old were you though?
When I lost my hair?
Yeah.
When I just started stand up, so it was like 24.
Oh, that's young for girls to be like, this nigga bald. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like if I would have lost it like at 30, I wouldn't have cared.
Yeah.
I would have cared, but it wouldn't have been as bad. But I lost I was losing it at like at 23.
Yeah.
So I was starting to like go thin here, so I was cutting it low. And then around 24, I was starting to shave it all the way off.
That makes sense.
So yeah, that's still kind of young. Like a girl that's maybe like 22 being like, ew, nigga, I want to date no bald nigga at 22. You know what I'm saying?
When in reality, it's like, hey, but now you can see how I look and how I'm gonna look when I'm 73, and so, you know what I mean. So it's like you get
you get
an early preview.
Hey, they think about that.
But you don't gotta now. You don't have to go through like this drastic change. When I started losing my hair, you don't have to see that whole process.
Well, yeah, that makes sense logically. But at 22, they ain't think about that.
Yeah, really? It was logical at 22.
That's what that was my opener.
Well, you had it shaved off. That's the number one comment people were saying on that video. Who had a bald? I'm like, first of all, at that time, niggas was bald just to be bald.
Yeah.
Jada kids, Kobe, Tyrese, like they all had hair. They just was like, nah, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, shaving your head wasn't too bad of a deal.
It wasn't crazy. It was a trend.
And then I feel like at some point it became weird and bad. But then when, like we said in high school, it was like, oh, like remember, but even before high school, we had Onyx. Onyx was shaving their head. Niggas was trying to be bald.
Then the nigga on Moesha.
Yeah, Hakeem, Onyx, he was bald. So it was like it was kind of like a weird. I was watching that video that you did post. I was like, this nigga like a straight seal, nigga. Like he just like a bald headed, just seal face ass nigga.
You know what's crazy about that video? Because then I did another one after about Jen, and I was like, yo. And there's another girl, Lauren. She does music production, and she's done like Empire, Disney, all this stuff. And she was in our graduating class too. And I was like, our school was a regular public school in a small town, and you would have thought with just these videos I'm doing, like we were some kind of performing arts school or some big like. Yeah. It's actually really surprising to me how many people are doing shit in the arts or sports, business, sports, whatever, from this tiny ass town in this one school, and not even the whole school, just graduating class.
Yeah,
I was like, this is kind of weird. Like this school wasn't supposed to be that.
And it's very new too, so it didn't even really have that level of like tradition.
Yeah, it was a brand new school. Our freshman year was the first year they had all 4 grades.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it was a brand new school. I didn't get that to
my junior year.
Brand new school, tiny town, and like all these people came out of there. Like it's just hella weird. And I didn't think about it until I was making these videos. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. Like, why is this happening?
Do you know friends that? Do you have friends that you like? Yeah, the nigga peaked in high school. Like, or do you still kicking and talking?
When I went to the reunion, I was like, oh my god,
Jesus, you niggas are
what
from a visual standpoint, or just life,
visual. It's a lot. Like you could see who got on drugs, who got.
Damn.
You were like,
yeah.
Some of it was funny though.
Oh,
like,
that's sad.
You knew they were on it at that time.
Yeah.
You knew they went to the bathroom, did what they had to do, and then came back, and you could see the change of demeanor. But the shit was so funny, I didn't have time to feel bad, because I was like, nigga, this is hilarious.
So now you see the effects of it now. What I see mainly is that a lot of dudes that I know, even a lot of women that I know that I went to high school with, they still are trying to holler at the same high school nigga that they had a crush on.
Well, you got to think, though, people don't leave, though. You got to think most people don't leave their town, don't leave their area, don't leave. That's most people. That's we are such an anomaly in what we're doing and the spaces we're in and stuff like that. It's such an anomaly that the everyday person is just, I grew up here, my kids, hell, the school my kids go to, a lot of the parents went there. And there's the sports, a lot of the dads played on them very same fields. And but like people don't typically leave.
That's me. I mean, I'm still here.
Yeah.
I'm a Valley kid. So it's like, you know, I mean, that's interesting. But I mean, when I say that, I mean, I feel like it's not because they're still here. I feel like it is because they had this thing that they loved about this person in high school that, like, let's say this person, a guy or girl, was an ugly duckling in high school, right? And then now they're either more attractive now or the person that they're going after is less attractive. So now they be like, hey, you know, what's going on with you?
I mean, people still hold on to that. That's why these athletes are dating these old-ass girls because they had crushes on them growing up. And then now they can get them. That's why they with these old. These bitches 40.
Yeah, the model.
Like, aren't you 40?
She like 40 years old.
You're 40. Why you fucking these
like
25 years old? But you got to think, if you 15,
yeah,
and you had a chance to, you know, finally smash this girl that you've been scrolling your whole life.
Yeah,
that's what you're gonna do.
I want to say this though. You know what's funny? So we talked about the Shannon Sharp thing the other day or last time or whatever, right? And about like how women and stuff like that, how it's weird when men date. But I was watching the interview on Shannon Sharp with Bow Wow, and I remember at that time too, and he talked about how when he kissed Tyra Banks,
and
he was young as fuck when he kissed Tyra Banks. He was young as hell. They got zero scrutiny for that.
Yeah,
like literally, I heard no backlash at all. It was like, this nigga Bow Wow's the man.
And in that movie, Blank Check.
I remember that. That was crazy, bro.
That nigga was a child, actually.
He was
at least Bow Wow was of age.
That shit was crazy.
That nigga was like
also, she
10.
was so fine. I had the biggest crush on her, bro.
So do you think on our end, the reason why it's never an issue, because as a dude, we're just like, that nigga won. Like, we look at it differently. Even if you're a kid, we're like, man, that nigga. And is that a bad way to look at it?
Of course, but the life is full of... I'm okay... The only reason why I say keep the same energy is because people just be fussing. But in reality, I know there's doubles. I'd rather people acknowledge the double standards than keep the same energy.
I'm with you, yeah.
Just let's be honest and say shit ain't right. Because
but it's hard.
Sometimes we're in favor, and sometimes women you're in favor. Like, let's just acknowledge that shit be like that and be that. But because people don't, I'm like, we'll keep the same energy. Then.
That's the difference. It's hard to accept the double standard when ideally things should all be equal. So you can say a double standard exists, but it's difficult to defend it. That's why people lean more towards the equality on that spectrum. It's like, no, it should be equal. Why does the double standard exist? Oh, because that's just how it is.
Because since the beginning of time, like we didn't make the double standards, but it is. Yeah. Just like Bill Burr's joke. Why do I have to stay down with this shit? Why you get nigga? Because you do.
Yeah,
like that's just.
And also too, you don't say anything about a double standard when it benefits you.
Exactly.
Whether it's a man or a woman, it's just like a lot of times we do play. Oh, it's cool with us, and it benefits us. And same with women, it's just like when it benefits us, they're just like, nigga, I don't see what the problem is. It's just like, exactly when y'all get things for free, you get treated this way in certain areas in a good way. Y'all don't be like, change this, because if you did and you actually had to work, and same for us, when it levels a playing field, niggas will be upset about it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So
that's why I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it, but let's just keep it a buck.
I think it depends. It takes a lot to acknowledge that this is how it is, and this is also right. So it's one thing for something to exist, a double standard to exist, but it's another to like just accept it as being like, this is the correct way to live. This is the correct dynamic that should exist between people.
Well, because you're always gonna have somebody that bucks against that, so it's never gonna be you know. And then it's always gonna be people who can't meet the double standard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, do women get free shit all the time? Yeah, but that ugly fat bitch is like, I don't, so it shouldn't be like this. You know what I mean? Like,
it doesn't benefit
the nigga who has money, I'll pay for everything. But the nigga who don't, be like, nah, 50-50, fuck that. You know what I mean? If you fit the double standard, then you're okay with it. If you don't, then you're upset.
So the haters are the ones fucking up the double standard, saying like,
pretty much.
This shit. They fit to that realm, like, hey, I ain't got no problem with this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if it was just like, you know, when you got just a girl with a huge, like, just jowl, and it's like, why can't I? And it's just like, all right, you know, you still benefit.
Cuz, nigga. Like, I'm okay with cuz. And maybe because we were raised like that. Like, why? Because, nigga. Like,
but even that girl, a lot of times, she gets the benefit if she's around pretty girls. Sometimes. Right? If it's like, if it's like 3 pretty girls and 1 just unattractive, whatever, fat girl, whatever the case may be, the fat girls want to get in free. They're not going to stop her. They're going to be like, oh, either we all get in free.
necessarily fat, but just the one that's not attractive. The ugly girl or whatever. Yeah. Like, you still get to hang around them. And it's still going to be that nigga that be like, shit. I'll take one for the team. Drink. You know what I mean? Like, hey, fuck it, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is,
What's the double standard that you benefited from?
A lot. A lot, bro. That's why, like, the older I get, nigga, when I started getting closer to 40, the more I stopped, and I'm still stopping. Like, nigga, it shouldn't be. It's hard. I realized my privileges, my outlier stuff, my POV on things and stuff like that. And I'm like, nigga, let me just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I will say, I felt like even in meeting you, I felt like I don't know if Keon realized there's some things he gets because he looks a certain way. I feel like at least at a young age, I understood at a young age. It's like, I'm getting this because, like, maybe even because of my eyes or whatever the case may be, maybe because of the niggas that I hang around and they're in a popular space, and so it's like, all right, cool. I get a little extracurricular because of this. I never was just like,
I knew it because of sports. Yeah, I didn't know it because of other stuff though.
Got it.
Sports, I was like, yeah, I'm getting this because I don't have to go to class because, nigga, I don't have to do this. Or my professor's going to let me take this final when we get back because, nigga, we can't, you know what I mean? Like, I understood sports privileges. I didn't understand other privileges because I didn't think I fit that mold.
Right.
So you can't realize it if you don't see it. If you don't, if you don't think you're that.
Yeah,
you can't be like, yeah, this is why. I'm like, no, I earned this. Like, or, you know what I mean? Like, oh no, I got this because I worked for
shit.
I didn't know that until to keep it a buck with you. I didn't know it till kind of recently.
Yeah.
Let's go through some double standards and agree or disagree.
Okay.
All right. Men are expected to initiate dates.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I agree that that's a thing, and I'm fine with it somewhat.
But I'm okay with it because if I do it, chances are she's gonna be like, all right. Mm-hmm. So that's another, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of dudes don't want to shoot that shot because you're gonna get took for money or get took for a date or get took for a free meal or she ain't, or get shot down.
Is initiating dates just long game to the pussy? Is basically asking for the pussy?
I think everything is asking for the pussy.
Yeah.
And that's a double standard that I'm also okay with. Like, let's just put that out there. Yeah. I want to fuck. You know this.
Yeah.
Hold on. Would you rather just be able to say I want to fuck?
Well, I can't. That's another. I do that. That's why I didn't date.
You say that blatant.
Not that harshly.
Of course.
But you when I told him.
You know what I'm here for.
I'm here. I'm here for fun, baby.
Women receiving gifts on Valentine's Day more than men is accepted.
It's trash, but I get it.
Why? Why do you get it?
Because Valentine's Day is fucking stupid.
because if it's not for women, there wouldn't be a Valentine's Day.
It would not be a Valentine's Day.
And I think it's just catered towards him. It's not like when you look at Valentine's Day commercials, nothing about it says, "Hey, get your man this." All
right. It's all about. But here's the thing about that Valentine's Day double standard though. You have the choice to get with a woman who don't give a fuck about that stuff though.
Yeah.
So every dude be talking about the stress of birthdays and Valentine's and stuff like that, but you have a choice to not be with a girl who does that. Or do you? Hey, nigga, this is the best I'm going to do. I got to deal with this shit.
True.
So, yeah, I guess I'm okay with that, too.
Okay.
Let's get some more. I like this.
Wait, well, you ain't answered.
Men are expected to initiate dates. I don't really embrace it. It's fine, but it's fine. I understand the function of it.
Yeah, that's what we're doing, right?
Yeah. Like, do we agree and if we don't agree?
Is it a 2-part answer?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
So if we agree, then we don't need to understand the function of it.
Okay.
But if you disagree, do you?
I don't agree, but I understand the function.
Got you.
Because I feel like if you want something, go get it.
I'm really big on a woman being a go getter with a man. They don't got to be aggressive like us, but I do feel like they should be. If you like a dude, go after it.
But I understand the wanting to be chased. I understand the dudes wanting to chase.
Here's my thing. So. I think as a woman, if you go after a dude, you can still be chased.
Absolutely.
And I think women don't understand.
He just needed to know, I got a shot at this?
Yeah.
All right, bet.
I think that's the issue. I think women think that when you go after a man now, oh, you doing the bending? Like it's
yeah,
it's like
and I've seen that said.
Yeah, and it's just like that's not the case at all. You can literally
you just need to
put him on notice, and then he goes, "I'll go from here."
Some dudes just need the door cracked, and I'll kick that bitch in.
Exactly.
Just crack it for me. I didn't know it was even an option.
Yeah, exactly.
What's a good door cracking?
I think,
or do you prefer it to just be?
I think a simple compliment or a simple just. You
look nice today.
Yeah, you look nice. Or if you were single,
if a woman just told me I look nice today, I'm pulling my pants down. I'm pulling my pants. Don't just come up to me and give me a compliment.
Oh, here's
I've been
hell no.
I've been writing on a Walmart compliment for 2 years.
Oh,
for 2 years.
No. So here's why I don't agree with just you look nice, because I've been told that, or I've been told. I told you before, my girl be like, I like your eyes. Your eyes are pretty, and then I'll go for the go and be like, nigga, I was just saying that to be before.
Yeah,
like,
I didn't agree with the I think you like me. Yeah. But I'm talking about as far as how it makes me feel. Oh, I feel great.
Yeah, but I'm saying, is that enough to make you now take the initiative to go after her?
No.
So
so that's not enough.
Yeah, I think
that's not enough for me. Nothing's ever enough for me.
No. I think you have to, as a woman, you have to kind of be like there was a girl. I remember what.
Cause I'm like, Cuddy has my children. I'll still be like, nigga, you like me? Yeah. I'll be like, yeah, I still need signs to let you know you still here, man.
I told you the same thing. I was just like, hey, man, a compliment will be nice every once in a while.
You know what I'm saying? I need to know you still like me, bro.
Yeah, it feels good.
I don't know it sometimes, my nigga.
I'm just on a computer typing and just comes downstairs and she'll just like brush her hand against my shoulder. I'll be like, what the fuck? Are you touching me?
Married couples, married women.
What's going on?
Show your man you still like them. Do something that shows that you still like them, whatever the hell that might be. But I'll say this: I need a one time this girl, she at a comedy show, she said something to me. This is years ago, before I was married. And she was aggressive. She was just like, "You're finding a motherfucker."
See, you still writing on it.
And here's the thing: I'll be honest with you. I still didn't aggressively shoot my shot. I still was like, "It's interesting." And the nigga was like, Candy, come on, you gotta do this, man. I was like, all right. And then eventually I still worked, but I didn't even.
But can I ask you this? Was she finding a motherfucker?
Yeah, she was.
Okay. What if she wasn't finding a motherfucker? Like, because I feel like you're supposed to reciprocate. If she's like, you finding a motherfucker, and you just like, you cool.
Yeah. No, here's the, when she said it, it was so shocking that even the people that I was around, they were shocked.
Wait, are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it was like, well, I don't know what you're talking about, but I think I know what you're talking about.
At the comedy club, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You was there. Was you there tonight?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Keon was there.
He was sitting right next to you. She didn't tell him that.
Yeah. Remember we all joked about that.
Yeah. But it was like a shocker, right? It was like, we were all like, what the?
Because she passed everybody, like, to this nigga and said it. So the joke was, though, that, like, we were like, nigga, she meant that shit because she just walked past all this. Yeah. Straight to you. So
that's true. Yeah,
nigga, she meant that.
It must have been the lighting on his eyes.
Could have been. But I mean, we go there all the time too.
Yeah, and she had been eyeballing him for a minute.
I think
she just built up. She was drinking, I think, that day.
She was drinking
and got the confidence to say what she wanted to say.
Yeah, I think even her girl kind of pulled her, kind of like, damn, you kind of like.
But this nigga. Yeah. Nigga leaned against the wall, bro. Like we were like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like,
that's what he's supposed to do.
He looked like a child, bro. Like he was like,
I was so caught off guard that
it was aggressive. It was very aggressive.
It was aggressive. It was
and
shocking.
It was in front of everybody. So he might have been a bit, but nigga, he was like. And we were like, I almost wanted to like hit him in the back, like, nigga, go.
Back to reset, nigga.
Go. Like, what are you doing?
That's when you pull out the scroll. Like, look, this is a list of double standards that exist in the world. If you have to be much more subtle.
But it was one of those things too, where I was just like, all right, how do I go from here, especially in front of y'all? Because now going from there, you go there, like, what's up now? All that felt weird. So I was just like, all right, I have to play this in a way to where now I don't fuck it up, one, and then two, I don't embarrass myself, and then these niggas are here like they looking out like we gotta see what happens now because
she was so loud it just drew everybody's attention. So we were all watching this show like all right, what's so I kind of get it on his end because he's like nigga this is reality TV at this point.
It's like you're putting me in a position like I don't know what to do right like. So I just be like, come on, all right, let me go talk to you in the, the lobby or something.
I forgot. I don't even remember what happened after that.
Like, what are you supposed to say?
Like, if he pulled her to the side or what? I don't remember.
I think I might have said. I think honestly,
it.
I can remember. I said a little bit of something that afterwards I was kind of like, damn. I said something like when I went out in that little space area at the club.
Yeah.
And then honestly, another comedian still lobbied that between us. It was like, yo, like y'all need to exchange numbers, and we exchanged numbers, and then it went from there.
Yeah,
I need to kiss right now.
Yeah.
There's a circle of people.
Take it out.
Y'all ain't gonna kiss.
Yeah.
like high school,
elementary school. Yeah.
pushing together.
And also too, it's like that was both our workplaces technically, right? It's like I went to clubs,
so I
she
get
works
that.
there, and so it's just like, all right. I also gotta on her end, she didn't care at that point, but I also gotta tread lightly because it's like you make a waitress at a comedy club uncomfortable, even though she put that out there. It's still it can go left to now you can't either go there anymore or you don't feel comfortable going there. But go, I like to hear some more double standards.
All right.
These are good.
I like this one. This is a good one. Women can touch each other affectionately. Men are expected to keep space.
I'm okay. They can have that shit. they can have that shit. I'm okay with that double standard. That's fine with me.
Yeah, because the word affectionately is the key word in there. Because like we might laugh, we might bump each other like that.
Yeah.
That's like that. We don't
dap up, hug. You know what I mean? But affectionately touch it, they can have that.
I'll tell you this. I watched that show on FX, Dying for Sex.
I never heard
with
of
Michelle Williams. She has like terminal cancer, and you just kind of go through.
Cotty was watching that
journey. And and I was like, nigga, I want to die a woman, because women pull like the support that this woman got. Like I was like, I cannot envision my niggas pulling up like this, like the way and the sacrifice. Like they are like there.
Yeah,
they are like there, 10 toes. We love, like, it's just like, damn, dude. I was just like, damn, dude. I would fuck if I had a choice.
We would show up like once or twice like that.
Yeah. No, this is daily.
Because even one of our homeboys, remember another comedian that was going through some stuff, and they went through it kind of bad. We pulled up to the hospital, and we was just like, I don't know if you pulled up.
I pulled up once.
You pulled up once, but like we pulled up at some point. We was there for him. But it was like, all right.
That nigga looked like shit.
And he was, it was over.
He ain't gonna get no bitches look like this, my nigga.
I walked in, I was like, God damn, nigga.
You wanna know what's funny? So yeah, I can't say this person's name, but I ended up picking this person up from the hospital, this last day in the hospital, right? I picked him up and I took him out to go get something to eat, right? And I remember his girl at the time called him and was just like, so where are you at? He's like, oh, I'm out eating right now. He's like, with some bitch? And he was like, I'm dying.
Yeah.
Like he was like, are you serious right now? And she was like, I bet you I was some fucking bitch right now. And he was like, Keenan, could you say something? I said something. I was like, Matt, I said, put it on FaceTime. He turned the phone around. He's like, oh, hey, Keenan. And she just turned back to him like, hey, how you doing? And I was just like, I remember looking at him when he got on the phone. I was just like, get rid of this bitch.
Yeah, you don't need
like,
that, nigga.
That's insane. The fact that you think
it's crazy as hell. First day out the hospital, I don't even have the energy to cheat. I literally don't have the energy.
Literally, you saw that how that nigga looked.
Yeah, I don't have the energy. I barely can fucking walk.
I had to help walk this nigga into the fucking into the restaurant.
Yeah.
So it's just like, bruh, like you think this nigga about to fuck right now?
I weigh
Absolutely
7 pounds, nigga. Like I can't fuck. What are you talking about?
But you can eat, nigga.
Oh man, but that's
we went, got him food, hung out for a minute. Blah blah.
Did you hug him? Did you give him a hug?
Yeah, nigga, so small. I didn't want to he was so frail.
What is your? Okay, let me ask you this then. When did you stop, or do you still kiss your boys in the mouth?
No. What?
Wait,
you never kiss your boys in the mouth?
Wait.
In or on the lips?
Wait.
Yeah, on the lips.
No.
Oh, you mean your sons?
Yeah.
Oh, you said boy, but your homeboys.
No,
I was like,
what he meant. I know what he meant.
Hold on.
And also, that term "in the mouth" is so aggressive. Like that's why people flipped out when Damon made the joke. Like me and Marlon kissed in the mouth. But the story is the mom used to tell the Wayans, if y'all don't, I'm gonna make y'all kiss on the lips.
Yeah.
But when you say in the mouth, it sounds like
your tongue kissing. Yeah.
But no, my boys, I kind of cut that out early. Like when they were babies and little, and they give me, they can't even aim good,
Yeah.
But
so what, like 2 or 3?
It was early, lip to lip, probably around that time, something like that. And now I kiss them all the time, but it's forehead, cheek, because I asked them, I don't want to embarrass them, so before school, I'd be like, hey, I can dap y'all up or whatever, and Keelan be like, nah, man, right here. He's like, that's fine. He's 9. He about to be 10.
He's an affectionate one.
Out of the two, Kendrick be like, Kendrick's affectionate with his mama.
Yeah.
And Kendrick's a snuggler.
Oh, okay.
So he might not be Kiss McGee, but that nigga will crawl in your skin if he can. Like watching TV. I mean, he is here. So
does Cotty kiss him on the lips?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I still kiss Pilot on the lips.
How old is Pilot? 4 or 5?
5.
He's 5.
I mean, it could be a football
I
thing.
think once he stopped,
Tom Brady kissed his kids in the mouth. They was 80, niggas.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? This is how you know I don't have children. When you said boy, I was just like, niggas is kissing their homies, nigga.
What's your issue?
But I wouldn't do it with my daughter either.
Okay.
One, because I know where my lips have been.
Okay.
So that's one.
Wait.
The germs of it all.
Like, on booty hole, nigga.
The germs of it all is one.
Okay.
And 2, I just feel like that's an intimate thing. Just me personally.
Yeah.
I feel like it's an intimate thing. So I just like, nah, I'm not. Like if I had a daughter, I wouldn't do it either.
Yeah. As the one that doesn't have children here, I feel like I said, only time I would have kissed my son on the lips like that was like if he just like I go to kiss him, he's just like,
yeah, they're babies, they don't have aim.
Yeah, but it's like I feel like early on, I probably wouldn't kiss my son or my daughter in the lips at all. It'd be, I used to do like with Janae, I do like a forehead, nose, lips kiss. So I probably would do that with my daughter like early on maybe, and then at a certain age, just probably just kiss her on the forehead and maybe on the cheek and the nose.
Yeah,
but it's just like I wouldn't. I feel like the lips is more reserved.
And honestly,
for intimacy.
kids are disgusting. Like even if I had no problem with it,
it's really a germs thing.
I'm just like, nah, nigga.
Ew.
Like do you see what kids do? Fuck no, absolutely not. But on top of I don't know, it's just weird to me. Like I'm just like,
I do feel like kissing on the lips in general is more intimate. To be honest, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you? Like you do Pilot, you do your Jory too.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're gonna stop?
Probably soon, because the nigga lips is getting bigger. I was like, if his lips, I can't kiss him on the lips if his lips is bigger than his mama's lips, like which they probably will. So it's like, you probably got like a week left. A week left. I'm not kissing your lips if they like adult size. You know what I mean?
The nigga in his lips is coming in finally.
Yeah. I was like, yeah.
I had to tell Katia.
It's not sexual.
No, it's not.
Just
it's
like,
obviously
it's
not.
like, of course. So,
but it's just to me, I was like, I didn't want to set certain precedents. Like even how they act with their mom. I'm like, y'all gotta chill. Like that's
your mother.
That's your mom. That's my wife. That's you guys are. You're supposed to be at that age now where you're like, ugh, gross. Like versus, oh yeah, like even how they. This should be funny, but how they talk about Katia, I'd be like, you guys, you're not supposed to because they be imitating her. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I can make fun of mom. Y'all gotta relax, So they'll go like put their robe on. Cause she wear her robe all the time. With stuff like hella bears and funny. Shit in the back and in the front. Be like, oh. Yeah. And they mind Kati's the thickest person to ever exist. And I'm like, mom's butt is not that big. Y'all act like it because your eyesight, it's in your face. But I'm like, y'all gotta chill out. You know what I mean? But they imitate her and shit like that, so it's funny, and they're always talking about it. But it's never like we like it. They're just making fun of her like all the time. So
why are you against non-sexual affection towards your boys?
What do you mean?
The double standard between men and women.
I said I wouldn't do it for my daughter either, though.
Yeah, he said both.
But why? No, not with the kids. Just with like the affection and touching with your boys. Why are we so like generally speaking against that? Like women are known to be affectionate in a non-sexual way towards other women.
Oh! Yeah. You're back on the boys.
Yeah.
You're not specifying your boys.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
so why are? Because nigga, no.
Well, I think
it's just no.
Well, think about this though. It's like a lot of times, and they don't want to say it, right? But it's like a lot of times those girls, they're kind of sexually attracted to their homegirls. They don't want to say it, but it's like if you kissing your homegirls like that in the lips and you're touching on their titties all the time. How many of those girls might have did something with each other? I said it's probably those girls that are doing that specifically.
So you think it is sexual?
I think it low key because of what I've seen, especially at that age when you are like that college age, all them girls are doing that shit.
All them girls were doing that shit.
All of them.
Yeah.
And so you be like, nah, like I never look at my boys and be like, I want to see what.
Because to me, the girls that were like stern and like when a girl be like, "Hey, what's up, bitch?" But like, "Hey, bitch, don't touch me like that."
Yeah, but there were girls like that.
Yeah, they're like, and I got a couple of homegirls like, I don't want no bitches to touch me. I don't get dressed in front of girls like that. I might get dressed, but I don't get butt naked in front of girls and get dressed. And it's just like, they on some like, hey, I don't want to. They ain't none of that.
No blurred lines.
Whereas, and they don't fuck with girls at all. They don't like. They're not lesbians. They're not bisexual. Those girls that have done that a lot, that I'm not talking about just getting dressed for the girl. I'm talking about like girls that might they kiss their homegirls that always be like hugging all the time, like, oh my gosh, babe, I just love you, I need you. They grab each other's asses. I would say probably more of those girls than not might have had some type of sexual tension or energy with a homegirl before. I know I could be wrong, but I am confident because, like you said, in college, what I saw.
What I saw in my own eyes, what I was a part of sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, nigga.
So let me ask you this. You're both in college, you're on the basketball team, right? And
I wasn't on the basketball team.
Just hypothetically. Hypothetically, one of your teammates comes out as gay. Okay. Are you still comfortable showering in the team shower, like after practice?
I didn't really do that a lot anyway, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say
because at home games, nigga, I just went. My apartment's around the corner.
Okay,
so I just went home and showered.
So you never like showered with the
no, on the road we would depending on how long we would shower, like, because I'm like, nigga, I'm not getting on this bus.
Okay,
fucking
but
disgusting.
Are you
hypothetically? Well, we actually had. I mean, it's not even hypothetically. One of our the team managers was gay.
But he wouldn't shower with the team.
No, but he was always around.
Yeah.
And it only became a problem when he hit on one of the teammates.
Okay.
And then that's when he had to go.
But you were comfortable.
Nobody cared. Nobody cared. No, literally nobody cared until nigga
shot his shot.
Yeah.
He shot his shot aggressively?
He was drunk.
Oh.
And so we used to invite him to come hang out. Like, you the team, nigga, you wash our shit. You're part of the team, bro.
Yeah.
So we didn't want to treat him like some second class, because somebody tried to do that one time. They like threw their stuff, and we was like, hey, bro, don't do that, nigga. Don't be a dickhead. Like, he hangs our stuff up and washes our stuff and all that stuff, but don't be an asshole. So we would invite him. We had parties or whatever. So I guess bruh got drunk and tried to kiss dude.
Oh, that's aggressive.
And all we heard was, what the fuck? Get the fuck out. Like, and it went, he's like, I'm sorry.
Wait, so let me ask you this though too.
This made it funny though. Let me get
go
context.
ahead.
Dude was like short and fat with this high pitched voice.
The gay dude.
Yeah. So when you hear like, I didn't want it to be like that. And the dude that got mad was Australian. So he's like, get the fuck out, mate. Blah, blah. He's like, so you got to understand the characters that was involved in this was so funny.
So y'all were laughing?
I couldn't stop laughing.
Oh, shit.
The shit. Because he was scrambling out like,
sexual assault.
Definitely sexual assault. Niggas is
and
laughing.
So we had to go to the coach and say, man, we don't care that bruh gay, but he crossed the line. He got to go now. Because now everybody is uncomfortable.
Right.
Now you didn't try it. Now everybody's like, all right, bro.
Who,
so you got to, so you had to go. But before that, there was no issue.
So did the
what about you?
Just to ask a question here with his thing real quick. Was he like flamboyantly looking?
No, we didn't even know until he like
okay,
said
so
it.
But do you think if he was flamboyantly looking, he was always kind of like, hey, everybody, would y'all be like, oh, this nigga?
Probably, if I'm being realistic, probably so.
Right.
So were you comfortable naked around him?
I mean, I'm never comfortable around any nigga naked, but nigga, it was just a part of life, nigga. Like, it was just a part of. I didn't think about it.
Okay.
It wasn't like I was like, oh yeah,
here come
we're doing
James.
This. Yeah, no, we were just like matter of fact, nigga, them showers used to be fast as fuck because niggas was trying to get the fuck out of there. Like we ain't nobody trying to be in here.
Football showers are a lot different.
Yeah, ain't nobody trying to be in here like that.
Niggas is shampooing, conditioning.
Nah, well, the niggas who had hair, you got, but we just trying to get on the bus and not be dirty.
Right.
I guess maybe.
But also, it's a different sport, bro.
Maybe football practice
like
is
y'all,
dirtier.
It's way dirtier. We just sweated. That's all we. Y'all in the dirt, the mud, So I get scrubbing like that. Like we in there like, and our the locker rooms for y'all I assume are different and bigger. Sometimes we were in a regular, so it's only a few anyway. So you go on shifts at a time anyway, and it's real quick, get in and out.
Right. I mean, so he found a loophole to get out of answering the question. You don't have a reality that you lived in. So now,
for me, because I remember going to high school, and I remember seeing like in movies and stuff like that. When you got to high school, you had to shower in high school.
Yeah.
And nigga, I remember going to my freshman. I was frightened that I was gonna have to shower at high school in front of people because I was just like I just didn't feel comfortable being naked in front of people. And then, but I guess to put myself in your hypothetical, it's just like, yeah, I would see, if I'm not getting playing time, nigga, I probably wouldn't shower.
No, for what? No, that makes sense though.
Yeah, if I play 6 minutes, right. I'm not getting in a shower. Yeah. And it's not because
no, like, 6 minutes you gotta shower.
I'm not showering.
Didn't play at all,
nigga. If I play,
didn't play at all, I get it. 6 minutes you gotta shower, bro.
No, I don't. No, I don't, nigga.
But also he asked.
Let's go back to the question.
Yeah, the original question was.
Hold on, nigga. Hey, the question was, hey, hypothetically, if you're on the same team with an openly gay guy, would you feel comfortable showering with him if y'all on the basketball team there? This nigga says, I'm only in 6 minutes. I'm not showering. I'm just...
No, my thing is I'm not openly comfortable showering in front of
anybody. So you go to 24 or something and you got.
I don't shower.
You don't shower.
I go to LA Fitness. When I work out, I get in the sauna, nigga. I be sweating. I'm sweaty as fuck.
And you get in the car, you go home.
Because especially for me, LA Fitness is like a 2-minute drive from my house.
The only time I've ever showered at a public gym is when I had to go somewhere right after.
Exactly. Yep.
Why is that?
Because I can go home.
Yeah. Okay. Is there? Do you think there's homophobia embedded in that?
No, it's just. Why? And the ground's dirty?
Yeah, I don't feel
like ugh.
Why are old white dudes so comfortable being naked?
So comfortable.
Why
I don't know.
I think their generation grew up in that particular
exactly
sense.
Like he said, the high school movie, they've been showering like that since they were kids.
Yeah. Okay.
Camp. They just do that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Whereas ours, we didn't. By the time we got to high school, showering was an option. It wasn't mandatory.
For sure.
And then
and two, it's like I mean, for me, when it comes to like you said, even the gym, right? It's just like. Unless like I had like something.
I don't like the floors.
The floors. If I had somewhere important to go to, then I was like, I gotta do what I have to do at that point, right? Mm-hmm. Or I would if I knew that too, what I probably would do is like I probably wouldn't either exert myself too hard or I'd probably go after what I had to do. So I'm like, fuck it, then I gotta go, or if that's my lifestyle, because I know some people's lifestyle is like,
I gotta go to the gym. That's why I always be like, I gotta go early or I'm not gonna get it done.
So in that sense, it's like. Yeah, it's like I got 3 LA Fitnesses within a less than a mile radius from my house. Yeah. So it's just like, why would I go home, even if I could just drenched, dirty, sweaty, why would I go home? Why would I shower there? I can just literally go home and be comfortable in my shower. Instead of being in this dirty ass shower, niggas be farting, pissing. Niggas
it's just the floor of it all. I'd be like,
if these niggas are this dirty and nasty in a sauna, I can't imagine a shower.
Yeah.
It's insane.
So you were like,
as a football player, how was you? Yeah, you get out of this, nigga. How was your shit?
I figured he wouldn't care.
No, I didn't care. I didn't care, but I did shower with my my girdle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I used to shower with my girdle on.
Oh no, not me.
So yeah. Okay, so and that makes more sense where niggas would keep like their shorts on or whatever the case may be.
I would keep my shorts on.
And no, I didn't.
But I felt. I mean, but those motherfuckers out there who was real comfortable.
Yeah.
But I would just say,
what is happening?
Sorry, all of
the thing is like,
I think it's all right.
Yeah, okay.
It's all right.
I honestly, the running joke became on game. I'm with hoopers, 6'8" black niggas. So the running joke became there was 2 niggas on our team. We'd be like, y'all gotta wait till everybody done. You're not finna bring all that shit in here. That was like the running joke of like, you 2 niggas shower last. And so it became a joke.
Yeah.
And then I remember the girlfriend of because like I said, we didn't at home games we didn't shower or whatever, but we had a road game trip, we had to do it right. So after everybody had seen everybody, we saw his girl the next day and we was like, you all right? Like you hanging in there? Cause this nigga's something wrong with him, bro. So like, but you good?
I'll even say this too. There's people out there, and I'll say probably more guys than girls, but I would say there's men out there too that they're not even like necessarily being butt naked in front of their girl.
On soft, they don't.
On soft. It's like fresh out the shower on soft. It's like, yeah. It's like there were times when I didn't. And I was just like, nigga, I got the shower, put a towel. My Janelle would be like, nigga, just why are you putting your boxers on in the bathroom? I'm just like, hey man.
I do not. Also, I do not care.
Now, like I said, this morning, literally, I was talking to her this morning. I was just like out there. I was like, "Hey, man," I asked her like a question, and she's like, "Oh, I'll make you breakfast." And I was fully out there, and so it's just like now, it's different. But before, it's just like I understood. It's just like if you're not comfortable with niggas, like I said, if you're flash engaged, you want if your girl's only seeing you at attention, so that's for you like, hey, man, I'm confident at attention. I walk around this whole motherfucker at attention. You like whatever, but when you might be like, hey, man, I want her to see when I'm what am I here?
I'll be like, man.
You know. But now I don't care.
All right, here's a good.
So your question was why the double standard of why dudes don't want to be affectionate. I don't think it's necessary. I think it's weird.
Okay.
You know, to be.
And are you comfortable?
Just in general. You think it's weird in general?
Well, I'm not a big affection McGee person anyways.
Yeah.
You know, man or woman. So if my boys was super like, I'd be like, what are you doing? Like, why do you want to touch me like that? Like, why are you? Imagine your nigga saying bye and kiss you on the cheek. You're like, what the fuck are you doing?
Or even
not necessarily. Yeah.
Imagine,
what are you doing?
Imagine us even talking here right now, and then Gary decides to lean on me, but put his legs on you. That right there too. It's just
doing?
like, nigga, no, that's
because it's just unnecessary.
I guess it is unnecessary.
Yeah, it's unnecessary.
And I'll say for me personally, I only reserve that right for somebody I'm either talking to or fucking. So like even when it's like a homegirl of mine, like if there's no energy there, like. Her putting her legs on me, I'm like, what are you doing? I'm probably gonna say like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
like don't.
But I'm not a big touch outside of my family and stuff. I'm not a big touch me person. Like don't touch me.
With
like
the germs.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Where have you been?
I don't know where you been, man. People. I remember even in high school giving hugs, especially in the summer. Girls wearing a spaghetti straps. That's why I hug over the top.
Oh wow.
Because I didn't want your armpit on me. Like, nigga, no.
The sweat, the deodorant.
Yeah,
the
no.
Dove, the swab.
And I'll never forget one time a girl caught me and she was like, hey, and the rest of the day I could smell and I was pissed.
Hilarious.
Like, I gotta fuck her now.
I was pissed, bro. I was like, I didn't like people's scents being on me.
Yeah. Did you answer Gary about how if you're comfortable with openly gay dudes in the locker room?
Yeah, he said.
I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
But I generally wear
girdle. I'll be out here. Double standard. What else we got?
All right, we got okay, hold on. There was one that was pretty good. Women rejecting men is encouraged. Men rejecting women is often seen as rude or mean.
That one I'm with the, I guess not with the double standard. Like say if you ain't interested, say it.
Okay.
I don't think we.
So you think men should be able to reject women?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But in women's defense, they only have to be rude because niggas be doing too much, and then niggas be mad when they get rejected. Well, fuck you, then, bitch. Blah blah. It's like,
well, I think more in that women should be more respectful for their safety because niggas are crazy.
But you have to be, it's difficult. It's a fine line to be respectful, but also be firm.
Yeah, it's like
because then the nigga don't take the hint, and then he like, okay,
and that's the hard part when it comes to some dudes. It's like some dude. Well, that's the thing. We were trained and brought up, and even from women's standpoint, we were told to be what's the word I'm looking for? Persistent, right? Yep. So it's like there's women out there that will literally tell you no to make you be persistent to go after them. And so as men, that's embedded in us at a young age, at least for most of us, right? So when we hear the no, it's not a no. It's like, oh, you want me to keep going.
But did you see my video the other day that I did on that? I literally made one like 2 days ago.
Yeah, I don't know.
About when girls say apply pressure, blah blah. The asterisk with that they never tell you growing up is they want that from the nigga they like.
Of course, yeah.
But you don't. You're not told that
right
when you're young. So dudes just be like, oh, I'm gonna keep going. She'll let that nigga do it.
Yeah,
not you.
But here's the thing. I think there's some women out there that if it's not even a nigga that they think is like fine. If a nigga keeps putting pressure, like this nigga grew on me.
No,
like,
that happens all the time.
It might be a little bit,
but it can't be. It can't be an aggressive, angry kind of. A lot of dudes mess up because, and I've heard this from women. It's the entitlement
of men.
Yeah, like they think they deserve her time or deserve to have sex with her because they went in there or deserve
right.
Nigga, you don't deserve shit.
You don't deserve anything.
And a lot of dudes have entitlement. Like if I spend my effort or energy or time with you, you owe me this in return. And it's like, no, the fuck she doesn't.
Nah.
And that's where a lot of that comes from. Like dudes be like, I feel like she should have responded in this way, or like a lot of dudes feel like if they are polite, she shouldn't reject them. And it's like, nigga, just because you're polite don't mean nothing, bro. Yeah. Hey, I asked her out respectfully. And now you mad. She don't have to like you, nigga. Like,
now I do think she should reject you respectfully.
Yeah,
though. I don't think.
But even that, they still be like, but I did everything I was supposed to do, and she still don't have to like you, bro.
Yeah.
Like I think dudes think if they follow this procedure, then this should be the green light. Yeah, and it's like, no,
you don't get the win because
you did everything right.
Yeah,
you could do everything right and it still don't work out. That's oh well, bro. You know that's the game. So I guess I don't know how to answer that one. The double standard of I don't know. I guess I'm okay with.
Because on the men's side, it's like are you okay with a guy having to be nice to reject a woman? Because that's the other side of it, right?
Yeah.
It's like usually on our end, it's like
I feel like both people should be nice. You should never be like, fuck out of here. I don't feel like that's necessary.
Yeah.
To anybody, that's just rude.
Yeah,
like I just don't think you should do that.
And it's really hard for whether it's a man or a woman when you have to go up to somebody and even spit game or whatever you want to call it. That's already nerve wracking to the fucking max for the majority of people.
I'm polite because it took a lot for you to even do that.
Here's the thing, even the women that I don't find attractive that have came up to me before.
Yeah.
Like I said, in the back of my mind, I know how hard or how difficult it probably was for you to do that.
Right.
And especially if I saw you from a distance with your girls giggling at first, and then you came up to me, I'm like, all right, this took some probably her girl swaying her, and she did it. So I ain't gonna be like.
So she come up and she's like, "You fine in the motherfucker." What's your response?
And she's not attractive?
Yeah.
I'm like,
thank you.
I said, I thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Like, I whatever.
Yeah,
and then
my train here.
Yeah.
That's my bus.
Yeah. But also, I think if it happens enough, you build your you build like we do on stage your responses. Your stock stuff. So everything I have now in life, a lot of it is stock.
Here's an old double standard.
Okay.
That's still maybe prevalent. Men dating multiple people is considered player.
Uh-huh.
Women confused, or she's searching for herself, or it's not as widely accepted.
I'm what are we doing again?
Double standard.
What was the thing we did earlier? We're like, I'm not okay with that, but I understand.
Oh yeah.
So
okay
on this one,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it should be like that, but I understand why it is. But I don't think it should be like that.
Explain.
How do you think it should be?
I think people should be able to do whatever they want to do, especially if they're honest about it. Like if they come to you and say, "Hey, I'm dating multiple people," nigga, take it or leave it. But
dating or having sex?
When I think dating, I think having sex.
Yeah,
or possibly.
Yeah, yeah. Either way, but I understand the double standard of it.
Yeah,
I get it 100% because niggas are constantly chasing and taking what they can get, and women have so many more options. And
right.
And I've said this out loud too. I don't even judge your numbers. I judge who. Because you have that much power. Right. So if you just giving it to anybody, it's like, God damn, nigga, like, but if you fucked Idris and then Brad Pitt and then I'm like, well, nigga, I get it.
Yeah,
go ahead. If you just letting anybody fuck, I'm like, yeah, whereas with the dude, if he just fucking anything, I'm like, because he's just taking what he can get. Like, so I get why he's doing it. If men had the power and options that women had, they probably would be more selective. But these niggas take anything because it's like, I don't know when the next one's coming.
Yeah, that's why you say I think the dudes that either become athletes or money, you might see them have every once in a while they might smash a booger wolf or two. But for the most part, they start to get a little bit, because I knew cats like that got chicks growing up.
Yeah.
And they had very high standards for like girls that they're like, I'm not even fucking her.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be associated with that she can say that she fucked me.
I used to do that.
Yeah, and it's like it's like when you had those options,
I failed sometimes, but
that's what I'm saying. But I'll say in most cases those guys will probably have a few. They'll be like, all right, I'm just gonna knock those down. I just shake that ass. But it's like dudes when they are in that space, their standards do rise also. And I agree with you. It's like it's tough when it comes to smashing in general. I think how guys look at it is like we're entering something and something's coming inside of you as a woman, and that's also different.
Yeah.
Whereas
different.
like a man is fucking and then as a woman you're getting fucked.
Yeah.
So that's why the double standard I think for guys feel different, because he's like, you let a nigga fuck the dog shit out of you. Yeah. Whereas a lot of times as a guy we're doing the dog shit fucking.
I think so. Yeah. On this one, I'm standing with the. I don't think it should be a double standard, but I get why it is because and the only reason why I don't think it should be is because the reason why I get why it is and I understand why it is because I have operated how women operate with the options, and I'm selective because I have the options. Yeah. So when women aren't selective, I'm like, nigga, you have the options. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you shouldn't. And from what y'all always say, y'all don't be needing sex as much as we do. So y'all should be able to.
So you should have even more restraint. Like, nigga,
you
let that nigga fuck?
Yeah, y'all be.
You let that nigga Terry bone?
Y'all be sitting there saying, y'all be purposely saying going celibate for 2 years. Ain't no nigga purposely going celibate for 2 years. Not no, but like the majority isn't. And if he is, he probably had too much sex, and he's trying to gain some type of whatever back.
Yeah, what do you think?
This man, I'm with you on that one. Yeah, I understand why it's a double standard. I don't think it should be.
Yeah,
yeah.
I also notice my own like biases and my own like judgment towards people who have like multiple partners like that. And I've been guilty of it myself, and it's something.
What do you mean,
like being judgmental of women who like have had like a lot of partners?
Are you judging who or what, or just the partners?
Just the shock of just like
giving yourself to that many people.
Just the shock of the number. Like, oh damn, that's a considerable amount of people.
Yeah.
At this age, or when you're younger?
Just in general. I mean,
because I think the older we get, the less.
In general,
I expect the numbers to be higher.
Because I hear it, and to me, immediately it feels to me, if I'm being honest, I'm just like, oh shit, like it seems like you were searching for something,
and happens
like through these men, and I know that may not be like correct or right, but that's just what it feels like.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, I think that a lot of dudes that if they're smashing every single chick too, I think they're searching for something also.
Absolutely.
I think
absolutely.
I think so. I got a few homies that are in that space. I'm just like, why do you feel like you need to?
Yeah, I definitely think. I think it's an insecurity on both sides.
That's interesting.
It could be.
I think it's an insecurity to do that. You need something to me. You need something to like prove, or like something that you're. Whether it's a self-worth or it always depends.
If you're going out and you're seeking it, but if there's just opportunity there,
now
I think it's different.
Now, if you're just on a heater, that's different. I've been on a heater where you're just like, nigga, it's falling out of the sky. Like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
Like, so that's different versus actively going out and seeking it. But like, if you're just outside and they just coming, you're like, oh, nigga, I'm hot right now. Like, I'm in the zone.
But yeah, you're right. I guess it could go on both ends.
Because I know dudes like that who just like you go into a city and they're like, I got to get something. It's like, why?
It's like what do you get from this?
Yeah,
like
and what do you just and who is this
just
for?
Just hollow.
It's hollow, but to me, it like when I see it, when I hear it, it seems like you're empty and you're trying to like, hey nigga, I'm doing this because you're missing something else. To me, because I'm just like, when you have that much. When you're that anxious about it, like, all right, we're gonna be in this seat. I got this one. Why do you have
as comedians, we felt that before. We talked to niggas that but like they gotta get some pussy tonight. It's just like, nigga, relax.
We're here for 3 days.
I mean, I would say there's natural urges. It was like,
natural urges versus like this is a thing I have to do in every city is different.
Yeah.
It's like that's like what are you doing, bro?
He's like, hey, dude, I want to fuck a woman in every city.
I'll be like, nigga. I'll be like, why? What's wrong with you? But again, I'm speaking from a place where like, nigga, it comes to me, so I don't have to chase that.
Yeah.
On that same, there was another one.
Go back and look. Why you guessing?
I had one like right on
the precipice.
Yeah. Shit.
I can't say that without laughing because of DJ Dimmer's joke on precipice. Have you heard that? It's hella funny. I want y'all to look that up.
Women who, this is another thing that like may be controversial that I kind of agree with. Fuck it, I don't know. I think it's weird when women don't want to have children. So the double standard is women who don't want to have children
are weird,
or men
broken.
They're like people are fine with it.
I don't think that's weird at all.
I think it's kind of weird. I don't know why.
Some people don't, especially as a parent, watching people parent. A lot of people shouldn't have kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they had them because society said, well, you should have kids. And that girl knew she didn't want to be a mother, and she knew she didn't want to be, and she did it anyway. And now she's a trash ass mom. Yeah. And so I'm 100% okay with anybody who says I don't want to have kids. Good. Please do not.
What's the double standard you're saying?
Because everybody, women are judged. Yeah,
women are judged for not wanting kids.
You're supposed to get a husband and have kids.
Men often aren't even asked.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I feel like because for sure that some women that think that being a woman is motherhood.
Right.
Like being a big part of being a woman is being a mother. And I think that, especially right now, nowadays, I think you're starting to see a lot of people, probably more women than any. I've been hearing it more from women than men, that they're just like, yo, do I even want to bring a child into this society? I've even heard women say this, and this is crazy as fuck, but like they said they don't even want to have a child. They don't want to have a boy. Like if they have a boy, if they find out they're having a boy, they're gonna abort it because they don't want to bring a boy into the society because men are just the most equal.
Well, they're
in the world.
fucked up, so they shouldn't have any kids because they're gonna raise their daughter in a fear of. So they shouldn't just have kids.
I agree, and then I think that some women, like you said, it's just like it's the fear of like they was like, yo, I saw how my mother fucked me up. I'm fucked up, so I don't want to have a child. Or it's like I want my freedom. I don't want to have to tend to this little person
which
that's going to be a piece of shit to me when they get 13.
Yeah, which is fine.
And
I'm
then
okay.
I can't do anything.
So I'm completely on the other end with this
on the
one.
other end.
On both. I don't even understand the
So-
functionality of it because we're overpopulated. Like we don't. I'm way over here. If you don't want kids, do not have kids.
So for me, I think it's kind of a something chemical. I think naturally we're all here naturally to.
It's not even think. That's what we're here to do.
To procreate.
Yeah,
right, for sure.
So if a woman, and I understand like the conversation of it, like, oh, I don't want kids, you know, like I get that. But if like you don't have sort of the chemical reaction of like the baby fever, or like you can wholeheartedly logically not want to have kids, but if you don't feel like if you don't feel that urge, then I think there's something interesting.
I can apply that to men too. If you don't want to spread your seed.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be weird.
Yeah.
So chemically, nature-wise, it's weird, but I don't think it's weird as far as
I think there's like a chemical imbalance.
Like if somebody said I never had a desire to have kids, I don't think it's chemical. I don't think that's ever been chemical though. I think it's because of something.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I have questions now.
Yeah. Oh, but I don't. Yeah. But that's across the board. Like I feel like
a dude don't want to fuck
for men and women. Like
what you mean you don't want to fuck? Niggas I don't want to.
I think that's across the board. I don't think because by nature we all want to do that. By nature, if you don't want to do that, you're fighting it because of childhood, the world, whatever.
So in a sense of like spreading your seed, and that is a male's
Nick Cannon
nature.
And that shit.
That's a male's nature.
Yeah.
Could that venture over into cheating as well? Like, could you say that they're like incredibly happy married men who get like approached, you know, they're on a business trip or something, and they have a conversation at a bar with like a gorgeous woman. Mm-hmm. Do you think that in his mind he just like my wife, or do you think he's feeling temptation? He makes the right decision. Ultimately,
think naturally he's feeling
the temptation.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think men and women are feeling that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think
just people aren't honest.
You don't think that there are men who are so loyal that every ounce of their being is directed towards their partner.
No.
You think he's like, damn, this bitch fine.
Yeah, he's like, damn, this bitch, I ain't gonna do it.
But
nigga, in another life, nigga. Absolutely, nigga.
Yeah. I think that goes for any person.
You think so?
If you're across from somebody that you're highly attracted to.
Yeah, you don't have that feeling.
And you like say whether you're at a bar drinking.
But do you think women are like, I want to fuck? I think women have a different trigger. I think they have a different instinct.
I think they have that, but
I don't think they just like, I want to fuck him.
I want to spend this nigga's
they
money.
Have it.
I want to. I want to spend this nigga money so bad. You know how bad this nigga just drive me around.
You know how bad I just want to get on his nerves for no reason. I can't wait. I can't wait to fuck his day up. I want to fuck his day up so bad.
Oh my God, that'd be the perfect day for me to just destroy this man.
That was good.
I think they do have that though. But you have to be that nigga that they've like. If I had one night with this one,
it has to be like
I would.
If you're using
they're not going to. But
I think like women see Idris elbow.
Right.
I don't think they'd be like, oh, I want to fuck him. I think they'd be like, I want to just want to like lick his face or something
they want to fuck.
Just animalistic.
No, I think that's all. I think they would like to like have sex with him. Of course, like because I was going to use Idris as an example because that's usually the man that women usually say, right? As he's a man's man. And I think if he's across the board with the accent, drinking, and they're both drinking, he's just kind of like, hey, wait, whatever the fuck he's talking about, right?
Whatever bullshit.
Whatever
British bullshit.
The two I always go to is Idris, and then the white version is the nigga that played Thor. That's the two across the board. I've never heard a woman with them two. I've never heard any woman say no, they couldn't get it.
Yeah,
never.
Right. But
I've never heard it.
Do they? But because like we'll look at a girl, we'll be like, oh, I know what I do to them titties. Oh, I had them legs going. That ass. I like.
Nigga, you gotta understand.
This is what we'll do to them.
They read 50 Shades of Grey wasn't for us.
Yeah,
that's them.
But that was a whole labyrinth.
But they go into detail way further than we do with shit. They play out whole scenarios and blah, 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 and then be like, nah, I would never. They like the whole thing of it.
Okay, but that's a whole thing. It's not just fucking.
But that's a whole, like, but it's still fucking. It's just along with fucking all this other stuff. Like, let's say they see this nigga at the bar. In their head, he done took her, you know, on a trip and blah blah. They gon' fuck, but it's a lot. It's a lot of it. We just be like, I would take this bitch in the bathroom.
It's simple.
And bend her over the corn. And I'm in it. You know what I mean? Like,
and so, you know, I was gonna say, and some of them had that same exact thought to where it's just immediately aggressively sex. But I would say, because even to Keon's point, there's like a trend going on right now where it's like where a woman is listening to her erotic novels, and then the Bluetooth speaker connects in his car or whatever, and it's like now it's like and then he fucks me like this and does this, and then the guy's listening, he's looking at her, and she's going like, oh shit, and she kind of runs off because that's what they, like you said, they listen to. They listen to like but like you said,
it's a lot of build up and anticipation.
Yeah,
I think in most cases, I think sometimes some girls were like, yo, put me through the mattress.
Sometimes,
right? But I think too, it is one of those things where it's just like, yo, I want to be taken on a trip, taken out. We go here, go to this place. Then he has on a nice suit. Then he gently does this to me. Then he rips this off of me, and then he does this to me, and then it's just it's so perfect.
Now you also have to, if we're gonna go back to nature, you have to factor in the truth and reality of it. Is when they're ovulating, it's I'll fuck this nigga right now.
Exactly.
And that's for those. That's what they do. Like that's just what it is. Like this nigga could just get. So let's say she's past the. All right, it's the first. She's fresh off the period, she's done it, and then it's the next week or whatever, she's at that point where, and then she's in the airport and she was like, I'll fuck the shit out this nigga. Like, I'm not gonna do it, but I sure would. Her body is like my ovaries.
Do you think that's where you got most of your pussy from? Is when a girl's ovulating, just been like, all right, nigga, come put me through the fucking mattress.
Probably.
Like, cool with me.
Knowing what I know now about just life and nature, probably. Probably.
So just being like
I just caught him at the right time.
Yeah.
And because of the things that I've watched and researched and saw, I caught him at the right time, and I fit what your body tells you at that moment.
Right.
So like when they're ovulating, when they're going through that, you know, you go back to caveman times, everything is about survival and my kids surviving. So the reason why women, so they'll date whoever, the short, fat, whoever, whatever. But during ovulation time, I need the biggest, fastest, strongest nigga there, because if we have children, I need my kids to survive. So even though they're not thinking that now, that's what your body does.
Naturally tells you.
So I just fit what, this nigga's strong. Like, let's do that.
So what you're saying is that women...
That's why niggas be fishing.
That's what you're saying is women only want a nigga that's 6'5" when they're ovulating. That's what you're saying.
You said what?
I said women only want a nigga...
Stupid shit.
Women only want a nigga that's 6'5" when they're ovulating. That's what you're saying.
I'm saying that's the only time it truly... it like matters. You see who women get. They'll get when it comes to love. They'll get with anybody.
I was just gonna say for my brain, when a girl says that she wants a nigga that's 6'2", I'm like, she's ovulating. That's what I want to use it for.
Probably.
That.
Probably.
Oh, you just ovulating, bitch. You don't really mean that. Like, I'll catch you next week when you're. When it comes back down,
you'll love me though.
You'll love me next week.
I'm gonna treat you right. I'm gonna do but like when they're in full just horny mode. It's just the biggest, fastest, stronger nigga there. That's just the most alpha ass nigga in the room who's good looking, I'm taking that. I just want that.
Right.
For right now, for this purpose of repopulation. But all the other times, it's, to be honest with you, I can say in the reverse, when it's time to be held, I'm probably the last nigga on the board. I'm fifth round, nigga. I thought I was the first rounder. I'm Shador Sanders in this bitch. Like, when it comes to, all right, now I want the guy who's gonna like take care of me and blah blah. Nigga, I'm not getting picked. Maybe at this age, but not then.
Yeah,
absolutely not. Not for a boyfriend. No, absolutely not.
Another one. Go ahead.
Women can criticize men openly in the media, but men doing the reverse risk backlash, even if it's valid critique.
Here's the thing with that. I think I'm okay with that because the double standard, and there's a reason. Okay. The reason why women been criticizing up, they over it. Nigga, like our whole society was how they supposed to look, how they supposed to dress, blah blah blah. So they like, nigga, enough. It's y'all turn to get criticized. So I get it. I completely get the why we can't get on them, because we're always on them, like their whole life. Their whole life is based on how they look.
I think it changes.
Their whole life is based on how they look.
Our on them looks different now. The things that our gripes now are much different. It's much
just
more
physical, absolutely.
beyond just the physical appearance.
Yeah.
But I do think I agree with that double standard though. I think they should be allowed. Nah, this nigga's too short. But like, I get it. Like I get their whole life they just picked that. So I get it. But I'm okay with.
When did they start getting picked at?
It starts early, bro. The cutest girls, they get hit on by other girls. They're not being picked over.
I've thought about that. Like it's not like they're being openly criticized. They're just not being selected. Different girls are being selected,
but also what's
they're
being
observing
pushed
different
though.
behaviors.
So maybe they're not being criticized to their face, but the world is telling them what everybody wants.
Okay.
Whether it's the commercials, whether it's the blah blah blah. Maybe not now because it's more beauty standards, more it's included, and you see.
Ain't nobody just like telling you just absolute dog shit.
Yeah, that's
day to day. Like you just.
I feel like that's the opposite. I feel like women don't get that. They rarely get that. I feel like
you just can't get a date. You just can't get a date now. You wondering like I don't have a date to prom.
Because you do like dog shit.
I think
you like dog shit. You do.
I think women are lied to more as well, though.
Yeah.
I think women are definitely lied to more.
Into the dialogue.
Yeah.
I think women are definitely hyped up by their friends and their fathers and you look beautiful. No, she doesn't. Ooh. But they're told that. And then
should they be told that?
Let's rewind. Let's start all over.
Rewind it.
Let's start all over.
Rewind it, nigga.
I think what happens is they get told it too late.
So what, the truth too late?
That's what I think is happening.
Okay.
I think they enter into the world, into the dating pools or whatever, and then they're just bombarded with reality. And then it's like, whoa, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know.
So it's the parents.
I think it's too much at
the
one
parents'
time.
fault. It sounds like it's the parents' fault for lying to them.
I think it's society's fault in general for coddling. And you can use coddling for different situations, but we're talking about looks right now. Mm-hmm. And I think women get coddled more with looks than dudes. On the reverse, they're coddled because of the beauty standards. So they're just trying not to have them hate themselves every day. Right. So they're coddled. So it's a cycle.
What's a realistic approach to that, to where they're not naive about whatever their appearance?
So let's go. Let's go with this, Keon.
I think you just got to let them play baseball like a league of their own. Remember, you had the ugly daughter.
Because Keon, you're considered a vain person, right? In a sense, right? You have a daughter, and you have a daughter, and she's clearly not that attractive.
I don't see how that would happen, but go ahead.
Here we go.
I had to say it. He loved it. I had to say it.
No, I mean,
go ahead.
That doesn't make it, because a lot of times, not a lot
it
of
can
times,
happen.
sometimes beautiful people actually make unattractive
I just wanted to
kids
say
happen.
to get the joke off.
But if you have an unattractive daughter, clearly, like you could still look at her and be like, ugh, right? What do you do now? Do you tell her like, hey, I think it's good for you to be funny?
I'm not gonna say that, but I'm gonna make sure she's very skilled. She's very like
at what? Just
I think
are you putting
I'm building her self-esteem, but it's not gonna be around her looks.
Got you.
So she's gonna be, her confidence is gonna be high based on her scholastic, her athleticism, her like, I'm building your confidence based on everything else. I'm not gonna sit up here and tell you every day you're gorgeous, because you're gonna go out into the world and some niggas be like, ugh, and she's like, Daddy, am I? And so I'm gonna be like, you're still gonna have all the confidence where it offsets. So, well, I don't care that I'm fine, nigga. I'm so dope at whatever, and I'm a dope ass person. Okay. You're gonna come to me anyway.
So because she comes home, 13. She comes home. She was at. It's so melodramatic. She comes home from school. Daddy, Billy told me that I was ugly today in PE. Daddy, am I pretty? Daddy, am I not pretty?
Beauty subjective. Which is a fact. Which is a fact.
You ain't tell your sons that, nigga. So stop the cap. Fact. You ain't tell Keith. You ain't tell your sons that.
But the world already told them. So the world already told them.
Nah, that's some bullshit. But go ahead.
Here's the thing. This is what I'm saying.
Daddy, that's not what I asked you.
This is what I'm saying. Listen. So this is what I'm saying. You have to understand, Billy's allowed to feel that way.
Okay.
He's allowed to feel that way.
Okay.
If he doesn't think you're attractive, that's his opinion. Like, you can't get hung up on that.
Okay.
Like, that's a fact. Like, he's allowed to, because somebody, here's the thing, somebody somewhere is going to find you attractive. And that's the truth.
Daddy, do you think I'm beautiful?
I mean, beauty subjective, baby.
Are you on Billy's side or my side, Daddy?
That's what you say. As you're
here's the thing. This honestly, how I'm playing it. If you say beautiful, right? Y'all gonna laugh, right? Because it's funny. But are we talking about traditional standard of beauty? I do think you're a beautiful person. I think, like looks is subjective. Like that can be whatever. But if Billy says you're ugly, talking about your looks, that's how you feel. Somebody somewhere is gonna like it. This is truth. So
you're
Dad, do you think go to my school?
I don't know. I don't go to school with them niggas.
Nobody tells me.
First of all, if she keeps doing that, I'm like, why are you worried about this shit? Like I'm gonna get annoyed. Like, cause then I'm like, you're too worried about what other people think.
She can't talk to you.
No. I'm gonna tell her the truth. Stop worrying about what other people think. Like, stop. Don't look for validation with me or with anybody in the world. You validate yourself. Like, don't.
Sees in them books.
like don't. Because if that kept happening, honestly, whether it's my sons or daughter, I would get very annoyed because I'm like, you are searching for somebody else to validate you. Don't do that.
Your beauty is
I said, I'd ask her what you think. Like, if she said I'm ugly, I'm first of all, you're not ugly. Like, you're not, because beauty is so many things. You can spike one, and not only that, man. You're gonna change over time. Like people, so you need to feel so dope about yourself. It don't fucking matter.
What I would do is I would show her a bunch of pictures of just like famous odd couples. It's like, look. There's opportunities for everybody. They don't look like they go together, right?
Look what she pulled.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And honestly,
yeah. I probably, honestly, all jokes aside.
That's our question.
Yeah, all jokes aside, though, I would attack it from and not aggressively, but I would attack it from a point of who gives a shit. Yeah, like who you.
Beauty is confidence.
Yeah, it really is though.
Maybe you need to.
It really is
stop
though.
slumping over. Maybe you need that better posture.
You walk with confidence. Somebody gonna be like, I don't know what it is about this ugly bitch, but I'm in.
There was girls.
I feel much prettier if you buy me those Jordans.
There was girls in college and high school that had the confidence of the baddest bitch, and you'd be like, there's just something about her.
Perfect example. Saw a video on IG. Where this girl was like, I don't know, you probably seen it, where she was like, y'all probably think, oh, she working with a little something from the front. Now turn to the side, and she slapped her knee. She's like, ass flat as fuck.
I think I did see that.
And the way she did it, all the niggas in the comments like, hey man, I'll date this bitch. Like, cause her sense of humor was so funny. And so like, cause the way she did it, bro, she was like, y'all probably think I look good. Turn to the side, ass flat as fuck. And the way she did it, she wasn't attractive to me at all.
Right.
After that joke, I was like,
I get it. Because it's like, I think too, with guys, we look at things like, especially when it comes to like long-term dating, it's like we understand that beauty fades, but we look at it like, yo, who can I spend and have a lot of good time with, right?
Yeah.
And that particular girl, she's probably going to be fun as fuck to be around. You're going to laugh a lot, all type of stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't have a daughter yet. I know you have a daughter too. So it's like, I do wonder how you would do it too. For me, I look at, I mean, joking wise, I'd probably be like, hey man, like, you have the beauty a father would love. You know what I'm saying? And that's all that matters. But I would say it'd be similar along the lines of Kiana. Like, I'll be building her confidence in different places and just letting her know that, like, look, like you said, beauty isn't an eye of the beholder. Somebody's going to find you beautiful. And it's just like, it's not about, sometimes the person that likes you is not going to like you back. It's like, that's fine. It's just like, is there a boy at school that likes you that you don't like? She's like, yeah. It's like, all right, cool then.
I'm like, yo, let me see a picture of this Billy.
Yeah.
This nigga trash.
Well, honestly, and you know what? Honestly, I'd probably do that too. I'd be like, now you always have to consider the source too.
Yeah.
So if I saw Billy, I'm like, Billy fucked up. Why you get with Billy thing?
Yeah.
Like,
I would load her up with so much ammo to go back to school. Just roast Billy. Nigga to shreds.
And that's another thing too. I would probably want to have that skill set too, because if Billy just goes, oh no, I'm not that, no, thank you. If he's nice about it, cool.
Yeah.
But if Billy goes off on you, starts to snap on you and roast in front of everybody and tries to embarrass you, I would hope that I gave her also the tools to equip to be like, nigga, what? And we going at it now. Like we can roast back, and then I'm gonna
and Billy gonna be more hurt than her anyway, because he ain't got a man's ego at this age, but at that age they're so fragile.
Bro,
let's break him down real quick. Let's look up Billy.
I remember this happened in high school.
To his parents.
And it was this dude in high school, right? And it was the same dude I was telling you about, that like he had a high standard of like I don't fuck with certain chicks. Now this girl was actually attractive, but then she was sitting there, she was saying something. I think she had tried to holler at him. He was just like, no. And then she was just like, well, that's why you got a little dick. He was just like, she's mad because my hair's longer than hers. And like, he was just doing shit like that. And she kind of like make fun of like his dick size. And he just kept taking shots at her physical. And I was just like, God damn. It was like, it was fucked up, but it was funny because
it's kind of like the Cat Williams with the old girl, the DJ. Is that what you was talking about?
Yeah, it was kind of like that. But he's just like, look at your hair. He's like, who's ever seen you without braids, bitch? Like,
when a nigga tells a girl his hair is longer than hers, like I can imagine that's
gotta hurt.
That had to, and she was fucking fine. Like, and I was just like,
but when he's speaking in reality, like, we've never seen your real hair,
and it was just true. I've never seen that girl. I don't know where she is now. But throughout high school, I didn't see her ever without braids.
So like when it's true, you're like, huh?
Yeah,
they got a point.
So
damn.
Yeah, that's tough, man. It's tough. Telling your son that, I feel like, it's different.
I would definitely be more harsher with my son. Like, hey, nigga, it don't matter, bro. If you make your money, you funny, ain't none of this shit. But you know what I mean? With the woman, I'd be like, I have to tiptoe around it more. Yeah, but I wouldn't lie to her because I don't want to set her up for that, that rough ass realization when you get out into the world.
Yeah.
And you just gotta tell the truth. Like, somebody gonna like, that's the truth. Somebody will like it. You just be dope. Just be dope.
So you think that your daughter, who will one day become a woman, will be receptive of truth? You think she's gonna want to hear honesty? That's crazy.
I think
she's gonna have logic.
That's crazy.
But I think part of the reason why they don't have it is because they weren't brought up in it.
I agree with that. I think that's what it really is.
I really don't think parents raise daughters to accept truth at an early age.
It is incredibly difficult to tell a girl at any age, particularly like in her formative years, that she's not attractive.
Yeah.
That is fucking really, really, which is probably subconsciously why, we may pick the partners that we pick. It's like, hey, I got to make sure I don't have ugly kids. I don't want to have to deal with that. I don't want to have to deal with that.
I tell people all the time,
that's so hard.
I made jokingly a choice. I said I could breed for athleticism or I could breed for looks.
So, but like, if you're like fat and ugly, you have kids with like another fat, ugly person or whatever, whatever.
Yeah.
At least you went through it yourself. So now it's like, I know, okay, they're calling you fat now at school. All right, come on in. Let's have the talk.
That's how you get through this. That's how you get through it. You power through it like this.
No, what if the parents are sitting there like, Mom and Dad, we've been waiting for this.
We know.
They open a closet and it's just all the presentation is already ready to go. All right, have a set. We've been waiting for this moment a long time. So
actually, it happened 2 years later than we thought it would. We thought that would be only you in the third grade. That's crazy.
You know, be even crazier. What if you were the kid that had these unattractive and fat parents, and you're actually handsome, and you're just like,
then you're fine,
and you're just looking at it like, it's like, ugh, my parents are just,
yeah.
But I think people do think about that. People who are on the other side, I think they definitely do. Because I've always thought about that. Like, I didn't want kids that I would have to like. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want that because, one, I'm not equipped. I don't know.
You'd have to learn.
I'd have to learn. So I was like, not only do I want them to be good, I want them to be athletic. I want them because it's just easier. It's just let's just be honest. It's easier.
It is.
It's easier.
I think too. I look at it from the standpoint of narrowing your chances, and we got to get out of here in a second. Yeah. An hour 20. But it's like, I think about narrowing those chances when you find somebody that's somewhat attractive and you're attractive. But it's like, at the end of the day, you'll like I said, I've seen people too, attractive people who come out with a child, and you're just like, God damn, like, y'all made this person, and it's just like, or you see somebody that's even older, and you see their parents, like, their parents are still good looking. How does this person turn out to look like this? Yeah. It's just like, you got to still. I'm still preparing for the. I guess.
No, you
all
can
that
prep.
shit.
But his point was, I wonder if people think like, I don't want to have to deal with this, and it's like, absolutely. Like, I thought,
of course not. Yeah,
all the time, I was like,
yeah.
man, like, even when I don't want to say the joke because it's gonna be on special, but even in those days, I was like, man, I could have a chick with this kid, and this kid's gonna be a monster athletically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, but I don't want to deal with this. And then you start getting older, and then it went from athleticism and looks to, can I deal with you for the rest of my life? Because if we have a kid aside, I got to deal with you.
Yeah.
Whether we work out or not, I still got to deal with you. So then it went from a looks thing and a attributes thing to, can I deal with you? What kind of family you come from? Like, I started thinking about it way beyond that because I'm like, I got to deal with you and your family. Like, if you got one of them messy ass family, your mom always in your business or blah, blah. Absolutely, you were out. Like, you were done. If I look and you always was in a situation or something, you're out. Like, I started looking at that stuff. Yeah, I started looking at that stuff. Like,
for sure.
I'm like, I'm not doing that.
You want to do one more or you want to dip?
We had an hour and 25.
All right. I had a
go for it.
Men are expected to man up to conflict. Women can opt out without judgment.
I'm okay with that.
And I just say that to spring into this. There's got to be something where you can get a lesser or reduced charge when you like black out. Like I like blacked out.
Yeah.
Like
I think
temporary insanity or whatever.
Something, dude. It's got to be something because I was like, dude, I went to go pick up some food from Porto's. You know Porto's?
Yeah. They got good beans.
Porto's is
and
fire.
they pork.
I went to go pick up the food, and they have like the pickup area right here, and then there's kind of like people you don't know who's waiting. You don't know who's waiting to get like seen or whatever. Who hasn't been helped yet. So I'm like waiting, and these like either Turkish or Armenian like two dudes come like kind of cut, and they kind of like looked at me and was like, hey, DoorDash, and I was like, nigga, I haven't been helped yet. I don't care if you like DoorDash. It's like, it's a whole bunch of people right here.
Right.
We don't know. I don't know who's, and another dude kind of like brushed up kind of close to me because he had his buzzer went off. And I was like, nigga, I haven't been helped yet.
Yeah.
She needs to see my order first. I don't give a fuck if your order ready. Like, nigga, there's a process, you know? So the dude was like, DoorDash. And I was like, nah, bro, like there's a line. There's people here. You know what I'm saying? So the dude finally, like, I guess that kind of got the dude's attention, and he like, and I held up my order number, and he was like, oh, that pickup area is on the other side of the restaurant. I was like, okay, cool. So I turned around, and the Turkish dude was like, yeah, okay, see? And I turned around, I had my daughter in my hand. I turned around, and I said, okay, what? Nigga, I got to this nigga face like this. I was like, okay, what? Okay, what? Nigga, like nose to nose. My daughter's in my hand, bro. Blacked out. I was like, you wait in fucking line like everybody else. And I walked off and went to go get the food.
What did he say?
He didn't say anything. Nigga, he was just like frozen. I was like, and then I took like a couple steps. And I was like, nigga, your daughter's in your hand. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing, you fucking idiot?
Yeah.
Well, it's like, nigga, emotional regulate. Like, chill, bro.
I think there is. That's usually when, if let's say.
You probably had a lot of other stuff. You got to go through your day at that point.
I was just like, I could have.
Yeah. You got to go after
but
that.
Also, like, that nigga could have. I turned my back and walked. That nigga could have shot me in the head.
Like, you gotta at that point. That's why, like, earlier in the days, I evaluate like, what kind of day am I having before I go out into the world? Because it's like, or is anything bothering me from? Because I noticed lately my mood has been like great, right?
Yeah.
And it's because I noticed here has been super chill.
Yeah.
And then, I stopped worrying about work. And I was just like, whatever's gonna happen. And then I noticed my whole mood, but it was mostly here. And then I was like, oh, y'all the ones.
Yeah.
It's y'all. It's y'all.
Yeah.
Because, after I told you about the talk I had with her 2 weeks ago or whatever, right? She's been applying that. Nigga, hey, just want to let you know, today, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And I think what it did, it made her conscious of it. So not only am I getting warnings, she's trying not to bring other shit home. So it's been, and I'm like, and now I'm chilling. And so I'll be like, y'all my only, when you and the kids is on your bullshit, that's my only, the world gonna be the world. But I can't leave, enter the world with this shit.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, what happened that day? Because that's a.
Yeah, it was a weird day. It was on Monday. It was her birthday, so it was a lot kind of going on.
Yeah.
But I was like, dude, I just gotta check that. Like, I'm cool with chaos around me, and I'm cool with other people being stupid and shit. But like, don't turn something against me. That's not my, like, no, nigga, you should be waiting in line.
Yeah.
Like, don't make it, make it like I'm at fault.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just got to work on like, just kind of suppressing that. Cause that shit comes out.
Yeah.
And it's ugly. and it's scary, and I don't want to put myself in harm, and I don't want to harm anybody.
Because nowadays it's like you said, it's just like even if you can beat the brakes off this nigga, the retaliation of that, you don't know what it's going to be.
Yeah, I don't know his family.
I don't know his family. I don't know, and I don't know if somebody films it. Now I'm going to jail. I just don't want. I don't know. Like,
I just don't want. I don't want to tap into that at all.
Yeah,
like ever.
But the thing is, the crazy part is like, you know, going back to the original double standard of men are supposed to. Sometimes you spend so much time like, I just want to chill. I don't think you're addressing the anger. The other, like, you know, for me, I'm a chill. But so when I go, it's a go, and I don't know if I need to have an outlet to do that. You know, so it's not a snap, or if I just need to get better at. Who cares? You know, I can't, because you know, nobody can. Who cares all the time? Nobody.
Nah, we're human.
You know, so, and I know I like when I go, it's not good. It's not good at all.
Like,
and I'm like, but I think what it comes from is having to be. So I guess I can answer your question now. I think I understand it, but I don't agree, because I think having to be in control all the time is not good. Having to, because the original was what? Conflict.
Men are expected to step up to conflict. Women can't avoid conflict without judgment.
Yeah, I think for guys not being allowed more space to just be like, you know what?
Yeah,
who cares? Causes crash outs.
Yeah, and the fact that people always say we should be able to be more emotional, even with our partner around women. It's just like we technically don't be getting that space for real. You can say that we can, but then we get judged.
And I think the reason why men don't walk away from conflict is because I've been holding all this.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna catch it.
Yeah, I gotta get it off of somebody.
I think that's where it comes from. Is like, because, you know, especially if you have some sense, or so I you know what, I won't even speak on anybody. For me, I'm an oldest child. I'm a father, I'm a husband. My whole life I've had to keep it together. And be responsible. And I've expected this to her. I've expected this to people that, you know, I fuck with my whole life. And then you go to sports. I got to keep a certain GPA. And you point guard. You got my whole life. I've had to be like, nigga, you got to keep it together. So when it's a time, somebody catching this nigga. Somebody is, if you are the person to be like, no, fuck that. Or, well, nigga, fuck it then. Like, because I had to be in control all this time, and now I get to lose it. That's not gonna go well for you.
Well, fuck everything. Then.
Fuck everything, nigga.
This something happened to you, brother.
Yeah, well, fuck everything. So you tell me I don't have to be in control right now, and that's not good, because the thing is, when you're always in control, I don't know how to be out of control. So when I'm out of control, nigga, it's really out of control. It's all over the place, because I don't even have hey, no, this is you come down from here. No, we're here now. So then that's what it is. So yeah, I think that plays a part too. If depending on where you at as a man, how much your job you have to be, you know, how much you have to be, you know, relaxed before you can explode. So I think every dude, women too, but I think men especially need that outlet. That's why I enjoy the MMA class. I can punch niggas. I can do, even if I get whooped, I don't care. Like I got to beat me up then. That's fine. Like I got hit. This dude kicked me one time because I didn't block properly. He's like, my bad, bro. I was like, nah, it's fuck it. Like, nigga, like I'm okay. Like, so I think men don't walk away because they're not allowed to walk away. If that makes sense.
Yeah.